Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Super Hellcat. It's a Tier 7 American turreted tank destroyer. It's a premium one, and it's located on the eastbourne of Studzianki under the command of Boudica the Brutal. Now, she's actually a very talented player, and she's got 2 marks on the barrel already. Yes, she's been playing this tank a lot and getting good results. Now, most of you would have received the Super Hellcat free in your garage as part of, I think it was an anniversary. So if you have got one, you're fairly lucky because it's a fairly decent tank destroyer. Although it's not quite as good as the Tier 6 opponent, or Tier 6 Hellcat, simply because it's a tier higher. Still got the 90mm gun. And it's still capable of doing 240 alpha, 167mm of penetration, and with the premium rounds it'll go through 210. The problem is that the Tier 6 Hellcat will see Tier 6 opponents, and may even see Tier 5 and Tier 4, but the Tier 7 Hellcat could see Tier 9 opponents, and that could be very, very difficult. She's firing at blind firing at some of the bushes where she thinks an enemy tank destroyer might be located on the other side of the battlefield. Now, no sixth sense went off, so she wasn't spotted when she did that. Ah, but that guy is Aslains, the fox, and he might be able to spot her. Yes, he did. So she was good to actually pull back before the sixth sense went off, just to ensure that she didn't get suddenly shot at. Okay, she's got an IS there she can hit. Oh, didn't pen. Sixth sense didn't go off this time. And I think that's because the list... Oh, there's the EBR again, but she didn't hit him. Somebody else did. And she wasn't spotted as well, which is surprising because she actually fired at him when he was in the open. Now, Boudica's very modest actually. She sent this replay to me after I requested it because I saw it on the board. She said, well, nothing really special actually happens in this replay other than her spotting and shooting enemies. But I think you would agree once you see the end of battle results that it is rather special. And of course, we do know that Boudica is a very talented player because we've seen a lot of her replays in the past. She's still following that EBR Hotchkiss, just in case she gets the chance to nail him. And an SU-12-244 just made a brief appearance there, but he's hiding behind the house, probably shooting at our teammates up near the factory. Now, just recently we found out that Wargaming is going to be bringing in the next update. The client 1.10.1 is due to be released in the next few days. And this is the reason why I'm doing a lot of recent replays, because obviously when they bring in a new client you can't run the most recent replays on the current client without actually using a stored copy, and that takes some time to do. So what I can do is I can run through these replays extra quickly, and if I can get these ones done and stored up, then we'll have plenty to load into YouTube. And then I can get on with the older ones afterwards, after the update's been completed, and try and get those done as well. We've currently got a backlog of about 2,000 videos. Now, I know that sounds a lot, but we are getting through them. Occasionally, every other day, or not every other day, but some days, I will do more releases than just 5 videos. 5 videos is what I try to release regardless. That wasn't a very good shot there, but she was trying to get the rear of the guy and he was disappearing from sight, and he was set on light, so that KV-122 is now a one-shot. Oh, she didn't get a high roll. If she got a high roll, I think that might have been a kill, but instead she just took what remained of his hit points. So yes, I'm trying to pump out as much as I can, and you may recall that just last night we had our 6,500th videos, an M44 replay with an awful lot of medals, and we are trying to get to 7,000 videos before Christmas. I think we will succeed on that. In fact, it'd be rather nice if we could get to 7,500 videos before Christmas. No guarantee of that, of course, because it means that I might not be able to do as many replays or get as much game time as I would like, rather. And obviously I do like to play the game myself. She's currently up to 737 hit points of damage, and she's got no premium rounds, just the standard rounds left. The problem with the Hellcat really is it doesn't really have the penetration, the Super Hellcat at tier 7, to penetrate higher tier tanks. So you have to see if you can catch them in weak spots. And that kind of limits your ability to shoot at some targets and get hits. At the moment she's looking at that list. That's a tier 8 medium, premium medium. And as you know, it's got fairly strong side armor with skirts as well. So if she's going to hit that one, she's going to need to put the shell in a spot where it's actually going to get through the armor. That's why actually acting the way she is, and acting basically almost like a light tank, you could say, with binos of course, does actually help a great deal, because it augments the forces on the team. Because, well, they only have one light tank in... was it one light tank? No, they don't have a light tank left at all, actually. Looking at their team list at this moment, they've got no light tanks left, because the only one that was in the game got killed, the LTG. So she's doing the job that a light tank would do. Of course, she's got 3 Arty on her team, and as a spotter, her job is to actually provide information to those Arties so that they can do their job and hit the enemy. And at the moment, there's no enemy tanks in sight, apart from an EBR right over the other side of the battlefield. He's suddenly come back into view, and now a Leo's popped up. And it may be Boudica that spotted that one, or it could be the 50 TP. But she's got a patrol duty, which means she helps spot 6 enemy tanks, which were then subsequently damaged by her teammates. So she is doing her job well as a spotter. Tries to get a shot on that EBR. That might be the shell speed on that one. And of course EBRs are difficult to hit. Oh, and I say that and then he gets wiped out. There are 3 tanks up on the enemy at the moment. And Boudica's only got 11 shells left. But she has assisted or spotted for 3,621 hit points of spotting. And that is going to increase the amount of XP she gets from this game considerably. And if she does more damage with the remaining shells, she could actually end up with an ace tanker. Okay, she's moved up to the centre line with the using the cover. Always nice that they gave us these buildings to actually hide behind and move in and out of without being spotted by the enemy. Now, you may recall I did a replay on Studzianki battle just recently, where a heavy tank was able to go from one side of the map to the other without being spotted at all. And it was a KV2. Well, she gets around into the IS, but now she has exposed herself. With a reload time 7 seconds, she was going to take some damage. She did, but she killed the IS. And now she's got just short of 1,000 hit points of damage. And she's pushing on the enemy, which her teammates don't appear to be doing. So she had to seize the initiative here if they were going to push into enemy territory. And the guys are doing it up north as well. And there's only 4 enemies remaining. It's just that Leo up ahead and then 3 Arty. She's found one of them. This is where the HE rounds do come in very handy. The Leo's focusing on her, so she needs to focus on him. She locates the GW, puts a round into him. She still can't see the Leo. There he is. And unfortunately, he found her first. But she did do 1,232 hit points of damage recorded and 5,125 spotting assists. So very valuable to her team. There's only one enemy remaining. That is the GW. And there you go. He's gone. And that's it. It's a victory. So not a bad game. Not the ending I think she wanted, but then she was seizing the initiative and pushing when her teammates were pushing in the north, because she knew then the enemy was being routed. And here's the end of battle results, and I think you can say that is a pretty good result. She not only got an ace tanker, she also got her 3rd mark of excellence for the Super Hellcat. Congratulations. She also got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of her own vehicle, and she did get a patrol duty as well for being the only one spotting at least 6 enemy tanks whilst she was playing, and being the only one spotting them. And that is also very helpful for her team, because after all, her LTG was no longer able to spot because he was dead, so she did it instead. You can see the long list of tanks that she spotted damage on. If we look at the team score, we can see that when it came to damage, she wasn't very high on the table. The highest damage was actually done by Bachatinion Parask, 2,961 hit points, but he didn't pick up a high caliber. The next highest damage was actually done by the Progetto with 2,205 hit points. He didn't pick up a high caliber either. And, well, you can see Boudica's a little further down the table, 1,232 hit points. Not bad. When it came to kills, yeah, she didn't get any kills, which puts her way down the table. The top spots were actually held by the King Tiger, the KV3 and the GW Panther on the enemy team. All had 3 kills each, and then there's a whole number with 2 kills and 1 kill. Boudica didn't get a kill. She didn't get that IS. I thought she did, but she didn't. And so unfortunately she missed out there. But when it came to base XP, yes, because she did so much in the way of spotting, she actually ended up with the highest base XP in the game, 1,164, and she was the only one to get over 1,000 base. 807 went to the Barask, 699 went to the FV207. She fired 23 rounds in that game, got 7 direct hits and 5 penetrations. Damage of 1,232 hit points, of which 497 were at more than 300 meters. She received 3 hits from the enemy, all penetrated. I'm afraid the armor on the Hellcat is negligible. You're not really going to block anything unless, of course, they're lucky enough to hit the tracks, which most of the time you're not lucky enough. She also got hit by splash damage because the enemy Arty, when he saw her, thought, oh, I'll have a piece of that, and so he hit her as well. She spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 5, didn't get any kills, but she got 5,480 hit points of spotting assist, and that's why she's got such a high base XP in the game. On a free-to-play account, she earned 38,801 credits, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, she actually made a loss of 42,633 credits. Yes, I think the reason why you can say that is because, yes, she did carry a large amount of premium ammo, because the Hellcat really doesn't, the Super Hellcat doesn't have the penetration necessary to take on higher tier opponents, but if you fire those rounds off and don't get enough pens, then you won't make enough credits to actually compensate for firing them in the first place. So unfortunately in this case she made a loss, but she did get the 3rd mark, and you can't deny that. Once she's got that, you never take it away. She got 1,164 base XP, 233 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 1,397 experience points altogether. She said 6.7k combined damage. Yes, that's a very good game, and the fact is that she was doing the job of a light tank simply because the light tank was no longer capable of doing it for her team, and as a result she helped win that game and earn a very nice 3rd mark to her barrel. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.